Hello, you people who want to know about these things with strings. And that rhymes, and I didn't even prepare that. That's just how good I am. Today, we're looking at decision guitars. Actually, today we're looking at this decision guitar. Then, in another video, we're looking at this decision guitar. My friend Jens Backholz came over and brought these, and he's actually hiding behind the curtain for questions that I might have. Because I know nothing about these guitars. I played them a bit, I took shots of them, and we talked a bit. This is not a video trying to sell you this guitar. Because this isn't even a decision guitar in the way that, you know, Jens would envision the decision. Wow. This is all improvised. This is a custom shop instrument where he does what the customer wants, and it's a fully custom shop. And that's the general gist of what we're trying to show you. What's possible when you work with a client to build towards the goal of the ultimate guitar for the client. Not necessarily for me, not necessarily even for the builder, but what is possible when that synergy between luthier and man with money happens. The dentist, the lawyer, or the guy who really, really wants a cool instrument. So this guitar differs greatly from this guitar. This has 7 strings, and this is different in many ways. We just called it the Titanwolf, and I think that's fucking awesome. I think the Titanwolf should be a series of decision guitars because that's just a freaking dope name. It doesn't even have a D for decision or whatever on the headstock. If we look at the headstock, it's got an inlaid with a different kind of wood, a W, which doesn't stand for wood, it stands for wolf, which apparently is the name of the man who bought it. His name is probably Wolf. And so he said, I want the W in the headstock. Bam, you get the W in the headstock because it's custom. He wants 6 strings. Bam, that's custom. He gets that. He wants a thick-ass volute. Look at that thick-ass volute. That's how it's supposed to be. Locking tuners. This is all custom and super high-end. So you got, you know, wooden, and that's actually the logo right there. Wooden plates. And a couple things that are custom on this that I wouldn't go for is it's got a, if I get this correctly, 40 millimeter nut. It's a very narrow fretboard. But let's ask the Magic Curtain. Magic Curtain man, is this a 40 millimeter nut?
No, I think it's a 40.5 millimeter nut.
It's a 40.5 millimeter nut.
Maybe 39.7 millimeters.
Okay, curtain man, you used the wrong part of you have to get out of this part of the curtain.
Wrong curtain. Oh.
This is you're in the wrong spot.
Okay, but it doesn't change my answer.
Okay, well, your answer is still the same, 40.5 millimeters.
40.000 millimeter nut.
Okay, back on your chair, curtain man. 40.something zero. It's definitely narrow. You usually have 42 millimeters, sometimes even 43. And I can feel it. But you know what? Customer wants it, customer gets it. No inlays in the fretboard other than this wolf, which is really, really cool. Right there. Even it's 3D, so if you actually look at it from different angles, the wolf moves and leaves shadows. I love, love, love these inlays from the side. Look at that. Because these are block inlays that look a little bit dirtyish in blue. It is probably a kind of wood. Curtain man, what is it?
The block inlays are natural maple, blue stained and a little bit rubbed off to make it more visible.
Blue stained maple. I like it. So this guitar technically is bluish, blackish, darkish. We have a body. Let me see. I'm gonna say swamp ash. Is that correct? Swamp ash is correct. With of course a quilted maple top that has you can see some of the ash here, then the maple. And the neck, which is neck through? Is that neck through?
It's a set in.
It's a set neck, okay. But oh my God, what an amazing...
Try to find the connection.
Yeah, I have really, really amazing neck heel right here. And the neck is probably mahogany, right?
No, it's maple.
The neck that is maple?
Yes.
And then you actually have the headstock scarfed on right here, on the 3rd fret.
Yes.
Okay, and that's still the same material?
Yes.
Because it is differently colored right there.
Yeah, it's about the grain is changing by the angle of the neck joint, so it will appear different.
Okay, I don't know if you guys can hear that because I, cleverly as I am, have the mic pointed at me. So the grain is changing the angle of the joint, and obviously it looks different. But it's maple and maple neck set in this what did I say? Swamp ash body. You have really beautiful pickup rings made by hand. Look at those right there. Come on. Wood. So one of the special things about this guitar, first of all, look at those knobs. They're custom made also with wood inside. So a resin, and this is hours and hours and hours of work to make those knobs, which kind of disappear in the guitar as well. But the special thing is that there's Titan in here. That's why it's the Titanwolf. So the ferrules that hold the bridge are made out of Titan, as well as the screws and the saddles. Is that correct? I think that was what you said. The saddles, the ferrules, right?
Yes, the little pieces in the saddle.
Yeah. So
are Titan.
And so truss rod. What's with the truss rod? Was that?
No.
No Titan.
No.
No. Okay. Definitely a very high-end instrument, but specifically made to the specs of the guy who wants it. So if you don't like it, well, that doesn't mean that you can't get an instrument from Decision Guitars. It just means you have to give them your specs. For me, I would want the typical 42 millimeters. You know, pick the headstock inlay. Everything is up for grabs. The pickups are from the Evil G. We're not going to say the word here because we don't like those people. They're good pickups. The guitar is very trebly, very bright, has a lot of attack. It's a modern guitar. This isn't going to sound like anything classic. And we're going to give you some sounds right here. Schaller locking tuners. I'm not a big fan of Schaller. They mess up a lot. If you as a customer want Schaller, okay, get Schaller. I would go with something else because they're not very dependable. There's a big knob here from a game machine from the good old 80s, so you can actually shoot people. Or you can stutter if you want that. Those knobs are very, very pretty. They're a little bit big, but very cool. So we're gonna give you some sound of this Decision guitar. Then what's the nut material?
Good that you ask. It's an old piano key from 1845, I guess.
It's an old piano key, so what's the material then? Wood? Ebony?
Yes, ebony.
An ebony piano key.
Nobody knows which great musicians played on this piano years ago.
Wow, that's a story right there.
Maybe Beethoven?
Yeah, maybe Beethoven. Go behind your freaking curtain. So the clean tones are very crystal, and they're very much like that. You have to be a little bit careful that they don't jump out too much. People ask me how the tuner works. If the circle goes up, you're too high. Actually, no, you're too low. So right now the circle goes down, so I have to push it up. You're trying to make it stop. Yeah, it's very, very precise. And that, of course, is a Peterson Strobostorm HD, which you can get for like $120. Into the Fender Deluxe Reverb. Definitely a very sparkly clarity. We're gonna go in the middle. Okay, nice. Of course, with some compression and some delay. I don't know how these things work. I never had one. And in the back. With that Fender, that's bitey as hell. But with some drive on it, and so on and so on. So you get this is definitely clarity with some compression, probably very good guitar for that kind of stuff. Oh, 3 against 4 is difficult to play. Okay, we move on to a different amp, which in this case would be the JTM style Achillies Argos, which of course is gonna blow up big time, because that's what it does. And that is number 2. It doesn't want that. That's very brittle and very bright. Doesn't want that bridge pickup. But when you pull back, let's move on to the Revv 740 on the Crunch channel. two more. Revv 100p. Engl Fireball. I was going to say 800. No, it's 25. Oh, we have the Friedman. We have the Friedman too. Let's do the Friedman. Okay, let's stop all this. You would like to know my 2 cents. Well, it's not really fair because this isn't my guitar. This isn't the guitar that I would have having made. This is a custom instrument for someone's taste. Again, I would have had a wider fretboard. Well, you know what? If Jens made a guitar for himself or for me, he would probably make a wider fretboard. The brightness is really cool. I think on the bridge, it's too much. Now, where could that come from? Well, we have maple and swamp ash. That's a combo that already kind of kicks you square in the nuts when it comes to brightness. But then we have Titan. Titanium. Not Titan. Why am I saying Titan? Because in German it's Titan. I've said Titan the whole... Did I say titanium? I don't know what I said. Titanium. Titanium here, which probably adds to the brightness as well. So on the bridge, that's too much for me. I can't really rock out with that the way I would want because it's too much of that. But that's not the luthier's fault necessarily. Someone ordered it with those pickups, with those specs, and that comes out. Now, that's what the customer wants. It's still, you can always change that pickup. You could even change the Titan parts if you wanted to. But this is just an example of what's possible when you work with a luthier. Now you're going to ask, how much is that? I don't know. How much is that?
About 3,500 maybe, depending on the special specs of each customer.
Each guitar obviously is custom and specific and inlays and all that stuff. So 3,500, completely handmade to the specs and likings and desires of the client. Obviously comes in a case and all that stuff, with a button there. The knobs alone are hours and hours and hours of work. Everything on here is a labor of love, as you can see. As I said, for me, this is not a perfect guitar. For the person that ordered it, it is the guitar that they dreamed of. And that is why you order a custom guitar like this from a luthier. Well, thanks for watching. I'm going to, of course, link to Decision Guitars below so you can contact Jens and see what your guitar would be like, how much it is, and all that stuff. I'm going to go make another video if you want to see that of this behemoth. And that's, as I said, in another video. which will be coming at some point. But first, animals at the end.